Morning students, our next concept is tetrahedron. So let what is tetrahedron? Let A comma B comma C be 3 points on the plane, form a triangle, and D is a point in the space not on the plane. That means not on the plane generated by these points ABC. That means where these 3 points lies on the plane, that D should not be lies on that plane. Okay. Then the figure formed by joining D to the points A comma B comma C is called tetrahedron. Let us consider this is the our paper is a plane. On this plane you take 3 points ABC. Okay, and D is a point not on this plane, means it will be on the space. Space means it may be here. Okay, so let us consider this pencil edge you take as a point D. Okay, this edge is a D point. Now join this point D to A and D to C and D to B. Okay, if you understand, this is the point D. Now already ABC is the one base, that is the triangle, and if you join A to D, D to C, now ADC also triangle, similarly DBC also triangle, similarly ADB also triangle. So how many triangles we have? 4 triangles. So this is called the tetrahedron, and this is the space object, not plane object. Okay, so this is the example of a diamond. Okay, this shape will be in the form of diamond. Okay, so now the children, you can understand how the tetrahedron. Okay, so for this tetrahedron we have 4 triangles. Okay, see here ABC is the base, then D is the that means ABC is the points on the plane, and D should not be lies on the same plane. It is in the space point. Just to remember like that. So based on this one, we have centroid of tetrahedron divides the line segment joining vertex, and centroid of opposite face in the ratio 3:1. Okay, so actually you understand it is the D is the space object. So in this object A B C D we have inside some space. Okay, so in that space, if G is the centroid exist. Okay, now that is G, if that G is the centroid of the tetrahedron, how it will be I will explain. Okay, what is the formula for that centroid I will explain, but you understand G in the space between this object. Okay, so now that centroid divides the line segment joining the any vertex to centroid of opposite triangle. That means, for suppose, if you take D is the one vertex, so G is inside of the space, and for this D, opposite triangle is ABC. So we can find the centroid of the triangle ABC. Now that line joining to D to centroid of the triangle ABC. Generally centroid of triangle ABC is denoted by GD. So because D is the opposite vertex of that triangle, so GD. And centroid of the tetrahedron ABCD, if you denote it with the capital G, now that capital G divides the line segment joining the points D to GD in the ratio 3:1 from vertex side. So that is only I gave the okay opposite face in the ratio 3:1. So next one, if A x1 y1 z1 B x2 y2 z2 C x3 y3 z3 D x4 y4 z4 are the vertices of tetrahedron, the centroid of tetrahedron is G is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 by 4, y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus y4 by 4, z1 plus z2 plus z3 plus z4 by 4. Actually, shortly we can denote with G is equal to A plus B plus C plus D by 4. So that gives this formula. This is derived by using this ratio 3 is to 1 only. Okay, all these are algebra, that means plain geometrical properties. By using this one, we are proving this one. So if you want to prove this one, so ax1, I am going to finding the centroid of the tetrahedron by using the vertex A and the centroid of opposite triangle of this vertex A. Opposite triangle, that is formed by BCD. Okay, so that is formed by BCD. So now that a BCD triangle centroid denoted with GA is equal to x2 plus x3 plus x4 by 3, y2 plus y3 plus y4 by 3, z2 plus z3 plus z4 by 3. That is centroid of the triangle BCD, because BCD vertices are denoted with these 3 points. Okay, now we want to find out G. Here G is not the that is the centroid of triangle ABC. Here G is the centroid of tetrahedron. Okay, centroid of tetrahedron. Now that G is nothing but G is the center of tetrahedron, means this centroid divides the vertex A and centroid of the opposite face in the ratio 3 is to 1. So that means G is equal to 3 into GA plus 1 into A by 3 plus 1. So that is nothing but 3 times of GA, means this is that one. So just to write as easily, plus A means 1 into A means A only. A means x1, y1, z1. So actually this 3 multiply to every coordinate in this point. So this 3 cancel. Same if you multiply to this coordinate, 3 get cancel. If you multiply 3 to this coordinate, 3 get cancel. Now we have only x2 plus x3 plus x4, y2 plus y3 plus y4, comma z2 plus z3 plus z4, comma plus x1 comma y1 comma z1. How you add this one? Corresponding coordinates. That means x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4, that one you write. Next y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus y4, z1 plus z2 plus z3 plus z4 by 4. By 4 means this one, how can you write this one? This is nothing but splitting this one. What you have? x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 by 4, y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus y4 by 4, z1 plus z2 plus z3 plus z4 by 4. So this is the formula. Okay, separately we can write like this. See, this is the formula to find the centroid of tetrahedron. Next, if the centroid of tetrahedron of OABC means O is the origin, A, B, C are the any 3 vertices, where A, B, C are given by A, 2, 3, 1, B2, 2, 1, C respectively is 1, 2, minus 1. That means they given centroid of tetrahedron G, and 3 vertices are this one, and 4th vertex is origin. Then the distance of PABC from origin is, that means he is asking to find out first centroid of PABC. Okay, centroid of OABC is asking to find out, and after that one, sorry, here given centroid of OABC they given. Based on that one, we have to find out ABC. After getting ABC from this point P to origin, we have to find out the distance. Okay, so G is equal to 1, 2, minus 1 they given. This is the point, and O 0, 0, 0, A 2, 3, B 1, B 2, C 2, 1, C. Now 1, 2, minus 1, that is centroid, is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 by 4. So 0 plus A plus 1 plus 2 by 4, 0 plus 2 plus B plus 1 by 4, 0 plus 3 plus 2 plus C by 4. If you equate corresponding coordinates, 1 is equal to A plus 3 by 4, 2 is equal to B plus 3 by 4, C is, that is minus 1 is equal to 5 plus C by 4. So that means A plus 3 is equal to 4, A is equal to 4 minus 1, 4 minus 3, that is equal to 1. So B plus 3 is equal to 8, B is equal to 8 minus 3, that is equal to 5. So 5 plus C is equal to minus 4, C is equal to minus 4 minus 5, that is equal to minus 9. So therefore the point PABC is 1, 5, 9. Therefore OP is equal to root over 1 square plus 5 square plus 9 square. So that means actually the distance from O to origin to any point x, y, z is nothing but root over x square plus y square plus z square. Directly you can write. So that's why we have here 1 square plus 5 square plus 9 square. So this gives 107 root over. Next concept is locus. The set of all points in the space satisfying given condition or given property is called locus. That means they given some condition. Already we know in locus topic completed. Okay, same procedure. So concept is same. Okay, the set of all points in the space satisfying given condition or given property is called locus. Instead of that one, it is very comfortable to do the problem. So we are following this condition. So if you want to find out the locus of the given condition, first we have to take the any point some p x comma y comma z on that locus, and you generate a algebraic relation between x comma y comma z by using the given conditions. That is nothing but a locus of that is nothing but the equation of the locus. Okay, see here, second point, p x comma y comma z is any point in a locus, then the algebraic relation between x comma y comma z obtained by using geometrical condition is called the equation of locus. So to find the locus, if you want to find this locus, just you say the equation of that locus. Generally locus is denoted by its equation. So what you get the relation between x comma y comma z, that is nothing but equation of locus, that is only the locus. Okay, so now generally the locus of the point which is at a distance of k units from x or y plane is mod z is equal to k. Generally we know very well, if you take in the space any point x comma y comma z, this x is nothing but perpendicular distance from this point to yz plane, and this y is nothing but perpendicular distance from this point to xz plane, and z is nothing but perpendicular distance from this point to xy plane. So what is asking, xy plane is nothing but xy plane only. So if they given the distance of k units from xy plane, so that means that point is at k units from this plane. Generally any point x comma y comma z at a distance of z units from xy plane, that means he given k units, so that z is equal to k. That z may be positive or negative, we don't know. So instead of that one, you have to keep mod z, because of that may be in first quadrant, second quadrant, the octant, second octant, third octant, fourth octant, up to 8 octants, any octant it may be. So that's why we have to consider mod z is equal to k. Okay, next one, that any point, the locus of the point which is at a distance of k units from yz plane. Actually the point which is at a distance of x units from yz plane, so that x is equal to k, because it is at a distance of k units, so that x is equal to k, but that x may be positive or negative, so we have to write mod x is equal to k. And similarly zyx plane is nothing but mod y is equal to k. Okay, now the locus of the point which is equidistance from xy plane and yz plane is, so generally the log which is equidistance from means maybe that point which is at a equidistance means just you let you consider some k units. That means that point which is at a distance of xy plane is mod z is equal to k, and yz plane is nothing but mod x is mod x actually mod x is equal to k. Let us consider equidistance is some k units. That means these two are equal because it is equidistance from both xy plane and yz plane. That means just I am explaining by using this one only. That means equidistance means you are considering kk units. So that means mod z is equal to mod x. Mod z is equal to mod x. Mod z is equal to mod x means to eliminate modulus squaring on both sides. That means z square is equal to x square. So z square is equal to x square means z square minus x square is equal to 0. Similarly, the locus of the point which is equidistance from yz plane and xz plane is nothing but x square minus y square is equal to 0. And xz plane and xy plane is nothing but y square minus z square is equal to 0. How you can remember this one? Xy plane and yz plane, here y is common. So just you write x square minus z square is equal to 0, or z square minus x square is equal to 0. Here yz and xz, here z is common. So we write y square minus x square is equal to 0, or x square minus y square is equal to 0. Here xz, xy, xx common. So z square minus y square is equal to 0, or y square minus z square is equal to 0. So based on this one, you take one problem. The equation of the set of points which are equidistant from the points 1, 2, 3 and 3, 2, minus 1. See, let any point px comma y comma z be any point on the locus. Here the condition is which are at a equidistance from the points, these 2 points. Let us consider this is the point A, this is the point B. So by using this condition, we have to derive a relation between x comma y comma z, that is nothing but our required locus. The equation of the set of points which are equidistant from set of points. Equation of the set of points is nothing but locus only, how it moves. So if you trace that path, that gives a curve. That curve is represented by its equation. So we are going to finding that equation. That equation is nothing but the relation between x comma y comma z only. Okay. So here condition is pa is equal to pb because equidistance. So apply the distance formula. So x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square plus z minus 3 whole square and root is equal to, so pb root over x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square plus z minus of minus 1 z plus 1 whole square. Squaring on both sides, these 2 will cancel and expand this one. You have x square plus 1 minus 2x plus y square plus 4 minus 4y plus z square plus 9 minus 6z is equal to same a minus b whole square formula. X square plus 9 minus 6x, y minus 2 whole square, y square plus 4 minus 4y plus z square plus 1 plus 2z. So here if you x square, y square, z square cancel and this minus 4y get cancel and 4 get cancel, 1 get cancel and this 9 get cancel. Now we have minus 2x minus 6z is equal to minus 6x plus 2z. So transpose all to left side. Minus 2x plus 6x, that gives 4x minus 6z minus 2z, that is minus 8z is equal to 0. So take 4 common, we have x minus 2z, that 4 transpose to right side, 0 by 4 is equal to 0. So we have x minus 2z is equal to 0. This is the answer for this question.